for joining us today on Something to Think About with Pastor Mike, where the topics can range from current events, historical perspectives, practical Bible application, to whatever's on his mind today. People have stereotypes of what it means to be a Christian, and one thing's for sure, Pastor Mike loves breaking those stereotypes. Pastor Mike Hasseltine is the senior pastor of Maranatha Church with campuses in Forest Lake and Chisago, Minnesota. With over 40 years of practical pastoral ministry, Pastor Mike challenges us to be real people, loving a real God, right in the midst of all our real lives. Now, here's Pastor Mike. Well, just kidding. It's not exactly Pastor Mike. And there's a room full of us here in his place, ready to challenge and break stereotypes about what it means to be a Christian. So anyway, this is Pastor Robin. So excited for you to join us today. Looking forward to all of our discussion and want to welcome you, yes, to something to think about. Easy for me to say. Hey, KJ, how you doing over there?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah,
How are you?
Welcome back. I know you just went on a vacation.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Was in the Boundary Waters last weekend with, it's my normal group of guys. We go every year.
Oh,
doing
nice.
that for about 12 years.
Wow. Yeah, so
good.
we're going to pick your brain about that because I want to know more about that.
Sure.
We also happen to have in studio, people, if you're driving, you might want to pull off the side of the road. We have the privilege today of having our station manager, Jenni Gaskill.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's so great to have you in studio here.
You're so funny.
Well,
So,
you're just great to have.
we'll have some fun today. I know we will.
And you know what? Chances are, we will probably talk a little bit more besides pickleball.
I think so.
Because I think I was telling Jenni before we went on the air that she is not Flat Stanley. She does have more than one interest besides pickleball. As much as pickleball, I think, absorbs the oxygen in her life, but there's way more to you. Zinnias. Even.
You should see all the little babies coming up. I checked them this morning.
That's so fun. Isn't it fun to grow things?
It is. It is.
Makes you want to have a little farmer hat and I can grow things. Well, yeah.
I tell my husband, I say, I just know I'm really grateful that we're not dependent on feeding ourselves by my growing skills.
You're not homesteading?
Not yet.
You haven't started collecting random things for the apocalypse so that you can trade? Jenni's got a great story maybe one day.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Already
that was
snorting.
a Y2K story. Yeah, that's right.
I know. Long time ago.
We may have to come back to that one.
I think that would be wise.
Yes.
Because people, it never hurts to prepare, but that might be a little over preparing.
Yes.
But anyway, I do want to welcome Jenni to the show. It's great to have her here. And do want to let you know that you can find us at yourliferadio.com. If you have questions about the show, if you happen to have one of our cell phone numbers, you can certainly email us or text us, send us a text. We'd love to hear from you. And you never know, your question or comment may just be read on the air. So keep that in mind. And I do want to invite you to check out our other shows. We've got a great show happening Monday and Tuesday from noon to 1. It's Pastor Orlean with Chew on This, where we talk about all kinds of intriguing things and very great discussion. Also with Pastor Bill and Denise and the whole In Pursuit team, because you just never know. One of my favorite components of that show is the word of the day.
It's so funny.
It's so fun. What was the one the other day? Blather Skype. Blather Skype.
Yes.
Thank you, Denise. Because, if you would like to know a little bit more about that, you'll have to go to our archives and find that show. And you certainly can on the web at yourliferadio.com or in the media section of our church's website, realchurch.org. Just hit the media tab and you'll be able to find it.
And I would recommend not listening to it if you're hungry, because they usually have great food discussions.
Yeah.
And there's runs at lunchtime, and I'm like, if I don't have my lunch in front of me, I'm a little panicky because I feel like I would chew my arm off as they're talking.
Yeah. The two of them cook.
I know.
Good food.
Yes, they do.
I know. We've had meetings where they have made like pulled pork and different things like that. And meat. They're just so good at that. And funny. So, hello to the team. Great to have you guys here. And I do want to share a couple of announcements coming up. So, for those of you who happen to be in the Forest Lake area, the general vicinity around here, we got the privilege last week of interviewing Perry and Michelle Ingram, who are our leaders for the Blessing of the Bikes event and the Free Riders Ministry here at Maranatha Church. And our Blessing of the Bikes is coming up on Sunday, June 7th. More information is at the website, realchurch.org. So please come. It is just the coolest thing to see hundreds and hundreds, sometimes over 1,000 motorcycles driving through the church, stopping and getting prayed for, and their needs being lifted up to the Lord, and just so cool. So anyway, that's coming up. Want to encourage you with that. And we also have the 4th of July parade coming to the Forest Lake area. It is a Forest Lake icon. It's just, Forest Lake is kind of known for its wonderful 4th of July parade. And, of course, we're going to be participating in it, as we always do, and we've got a great time coming up planned for that. So, those are some of the announcements. Are y'all ready for the national days?
I'm living in great anticipation.
You are an anticipation woman.
I have a song. Anticipation.
See, you heard this past week on, or was it the week before? On Chew on This, there was also much singing. So maybe it's just a theme. Our heart's so full of joy. Thank you, Jesus. We're just going to sing. Amen. Okay, so for today is actually, well, they're all big days, so I got to be careful with that. But on May 29th, 1953, Mount Everest summit was reached for the very first time. Isn't that something else?
That is fascinating.
1953.
And how they did it then.
Oh, my gosh.
With the gear that they had, or I guess not the fancy gear that we have now.
So fancy. And even with the fancy gear, I'm telling you, the attrition rate for that is pretty high. I'm sorry. That's a little
horrible joke, but funny nonetheless.
Are either one of you at all interested in ever doing something like that?
I was into that reality TV show for a while there, the one where they're climbing up there.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I actually just recently tried to find that for my daughter because I showed her that one, free climb where the guy free scales.
Yeah, Alex Hunnell.
Yeah, he free climbed El Capitan.
Yeah.
And then we found another one where he did some building in Taiwan. This was recently this year. She was really into it. So then I ended up finding that on YouTube, that TV series. I think it's called like Everest something another.
Wow.
There's like 3 seasons, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
I would never do it, though.
No.
I don't think I physically could.
No, the same.
I had one goal to accomplish at some point in my life, and we actually did back in 2019 as a family. We did a 14er in Colorado.
Oh, nice.
So that was about a 3,000 to 4,000 foot gain. You know, you start at around 10,000 feet, when you're up high like that already and whatnot.
And the prep you need, for your brain and the oxygen and all of the things.
Yep, and then just, knowing when to start. And, this is small, tiny little potatoes compared to all the other stuff that, but just like, you want to start as early as possible in the morning because you want to be at the top by noon because that's when the thunderstorms can roll in and there's nothing up there that lightning, you're the tallest item on the top of that 14er.
Lay flat, people, lay flat.
The trees stop growing around 10,000 feet. So, but, and then my cousin who was on Alpine Rescue, I can remember him saying to me, because he had no idea, we're just lowlanders here in Minnesota. But
lowlanders.
I know. And he's like, Jen, I just remember it's okay if you don't make it to the top. That's when people get into, and he's a very wise man. I wasn't hearing chastising.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Mark. Okay, I got that in my head.
Exactly.
But when you get there and you're that close, like,
oh my gosh.
I gotta do
all
this.
the ego, all of the determination kicks in.
But it was one of the hardest physical things I did. Just that whole, because you got to acclimate a little bit to the altitude. And, Todd, my husband, climbed Mount Rainier back in the 80s, which is a more intense climb. But so he, the coaching on how to breathe and like you're going to
Jenny.
Pretend like you're hyperventilating.
Oh, we've got a call in. Who's this?
Who's this?
Hey, good morning.
Pastor Mike, how are you doing?
Good morning.
I'm doing okay.
Excuse me.
I understand you got a crazy guest with you this morning.
We do. Yeah, we're fortunate to be able to have Jenni in here with us. So it's great to hear your voice.
Yes. Our station manager. Yes, the dangerous one. The one that likes to hurt people playing pickleball.
Oh, so you're going to prime that pump this early, huh?
Might as well just hit it,
That's right.
In fact, can you tell by looking at her that she's injured?
Not really.
Okay, well, just so you know, she is injured.
She is injured.
She is all bunged up. She playing pickleball. She just whacked somebody.
Oh, that's the story we're going with, huh? Okay.
Yeah, and then they whacked her back. Isn't that right, Jenni?
Yes, we're living in fiction land right now. I know we are. And really, I actually had something nice to say about you this morning, honestly.
Oh, really? I'm saying something nice about you. You're a fierce competitor, a nasty athlete, a gruesome competitor.
Well, I was kind of thinking about a quid pro quo type thing, from our conversation in the car the other day when I was your taxi, and you said that you actually you watched a game.
What?
And found it quite interesting and entertaining. And I'm like, well, I guess now, okay, he finally did that.
It goes beyond that. I was thoroughly impressed and thoroughly inspired at their athleticism.
Okay, let me see if I got this straight. Is this accurate that you actually watched a pickleball match?
I did.
You did.
It was, again, I'm not sure. Jenni was educating me on the pros as opposed to, like, the series, the teams type stuff.
The Major League Pickleball?
The Major League and pros.
Yep.
And I couldn't tell the difference because I didn't know there was one. But all I know is I was watching a doubles match, and these people are incredible. I mean, cat-like reflexes, athletic as all can get out. Mm-hmm. It was fast-paced, so it was an exciting thing to watch. Not like boring. I mean, like tennis to me can be boring.
Unless it's John McEnroe destroying a racket.
No, this pickleball is not like that at all. Pickleball is, man, it's fast action, it's moving. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was incredible.
You heard it here first, folks.
I know. So I felt like, okay, all right. So Pastor Mike has stepped into my pickleball world. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I should probably ask him if I was going to watch a race and find something interesting about it. Like, what race should I watch?
Oh, look at the reciprocity going on here.
Yes. You may have to think about that.
What kind of race should you watch?
I don't know.
Almost any NASCAR race except for the road courses, because those they're exciting, but in a whole different way. You really need to watch a race where they're going 190 miles an hour, bumper to bumper, side by side. That's intense.
Well, I do have to say I did visit Daytona Speedway with the family on a trip down there, and I was blown away. Not only by the size, like how small the width of the track was, and how steep those corners are. Oh my goodness!
Every track has different banking. The Talladega race, they're banked at 33 degrees. I mean, it's hard to walk up it.
Is that the dirt one?
No, asphalt.
Okay.
Talladega is 2.66 miles around. It's the biggest track that they race on. The next biggest is Daytona.
Okay.
Yeah, and high banks.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's my personal homework. I'm going to watch a race.
The only thing that keeps them from going faster is they put restrictor plates between the carburetor and the intake, just to minimize the amount of gas and air mixture that can go into the engine. So that slows them down.
And that's one to grow on.
There you have. I tell you what, if you really want to watch something interesting, though, because those guys there, they got stuff the size of coconuts. I'm telling you. It's just incredible. But then, do you really want to watch, again, a similar thing? Watch a sprint car race. Now, that's not dirt.
Well, I've watched you race back in the day.
Yeah.
I tell you what, man, again, kahunas the size of coconuts. Unbelievable. Yeah.
I did enjoy those times when many of us from church would come and watch you race.
Yes, that was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a fun time.
It was fun.
Yeah. So now I watch a race once in a while, a sprint car race, and I have to admit, I get all sweaty and excited. Oh man, there was nothing like that. Crawling in a sprint car at racing. Can't even describe it to people.
It's funny because when my husband used to play hockey when he was in high school, and he was a goalie. And so he avidly watches hockey now, but it's a whole body sport as he watches it because his whole body is moving around. So I imagine that's something similar with you with the whole sprint car thing.
Well, not as much. You know what I do that with? Is wrestling. I was a wrestler in high school.
Oh, interesting.
So if I watch college wrestling, on TV once in a while, which I do every once in a while, I'll watch them. I'm just because these guys are gorillas. Knuckles drag on the floor, and they're just. So I'm watching them, and I'm sideways in my seat, contorting, and when the match is over, I get a chance to relax, and I realize my muscles are all tensed up.
Funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Crazy, kind of funny. So let's get back to this pickleball thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why, Jenny, you are so surprised at my amazement at watching pickleball because again, it is fast paced. These people are athletic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm not sure why you're surprised by my reaction to that, and because I tease you about pickleball. Because my teasing you about pickleball is that you are that kind of an intense player.
Crickets.
Did she leave the room?
No, she's just. She
I'm
appears
working
to be
on my response.
Yeah, I know. I wondered if pickleball was just kind of in the same category for you as golf. I mean, it's commonly known around here that you're not necessarily a golf fan. Not that
I'd rather watch paint dry.
Okay, yeah. So I just didn't know if pickleball was in that same category, but evidently not.
I don't think.
I am. Again, thoroughly impressed. Always have been ever since the first time I saw the game. I've played it a few times, and I realized that when you get in that upper echelon level of play like Jenny, you got to be nasty, bone crushing, intense. And so all my teasing of Jenny, all this time, it comes down to I've always meant it as a compliment.
Oh yeah, admiration.
How about that?
Yes, and I think I don't know, maybe what came across as a surprise was that excitement that you might be hooked on watching pickleball. That you want to subscribe to Pickleball TV like I do.
Nope.
Pickleball TV.
Nope, not gonna go there. However, again, seriously, not just to blow smoke up your skirt or anything. I really believe it. Watching these people play, it's intense. And these people are nothing short of high-level athletes. They're not running marathons, that kind of athletic, but the energy level and the conditioning they got to be in is, and just the skill set. It's impressed. I'm impressed.
It is impressive.
Well, it's great to hear your voice this morning.
Yeah.
Well, I had a fairly decent night's sleep. And I can tell already from just talking as much as I have already that I'm getting tired.
Okay.
Yep. So I think I am going to say goodbye.
Okay.
But it was sure fun to call in and harass you guys. You guys have a great show.
So glad you did.
Yeah, so glad you did. Good to hear from you, Pastor Mike.
Hey, you guys have a great day.
You too.
See you later.
Take care.
Love
Bye-bye.
you too.
Bye-bye.
See, you just never know what a day will bring. Yep.
There's so much truth to that.
There's so much truth to that. It's so fun. Okay, I want to continue on with the national days in the few minutes that we have left here on the front half of the show. Not only is it Mount Everest Day, but it's also National 529 Day. Do you know what that is?
It's an investment plan.
It is an investment plan.
Yes.
You too can have a savings plan for college for your kids and stuff like that. It's also National Hydroxyapatite Day. National Hydroxyapatite Day. And that happens to be a mineral. And 97% of your tooth enamel is this mineral, along with 60% of our bones. So it's an important mineral. Hence the emphasis of the day. Also, I know. Settle down, people. Settle down. It's also National Paperclip Day. National Paperclip Day.
We have opinions about paperclips.
We have very strong opinions about paperclip. Thank you to Samuel B. Fay in 1867, which was when the patent was granted for the paperclip. So, Jenni Gaskill, what are your strong opinions about paperclips?
I can't stand coated paperclips.
Me neither. I'm like, people, stop it with the coating. It's just so off-putting.
It just feels wrong when you're putting it on the paper. So
I'm
us
with that.
office supply geeks that
we are and we are surrounded by office supply geeks. Pastor Michelle. Yes, we totally do.
Yes.
It's also Learn About Composting Day. I know. Composting. National Snail Day. And here's one that I thought was really rather random. Put a pillow on your fridge day. And this evidently comes from the UK, where once a year they would put pillows in their larder as a like a ask for good luck or, something like that. So it's morphed into put your pillows on your refrigerator day. So
I'm thinking logistics around that.
I know.
You can't get a magnet strong enough, I don't think, for that.
You sit it on the top.
On the top.
You sit it on the top of your fridge.
I'm thinking the front of the fridge where all the pictures are. So.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not even that complicated. It's also Ascension Day in the liturgical calendar, which is, why is that so funny? You're just cracking up. Ascension Day. These are so random.
They are.
They are so random. And Ascension Day is the day that the capital C Church at large acknowledges like 40 days after Easter.
After Pentecost, yeah.
After Easter.
Yeah.
So when Jesus, not that this is the day, but just to acknowledge that he rose again, ascended into heaven that day.
With the was that the 500 witnesses that saw it that day?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's right. Yep,
mm-hmm. Exactly. And Jenni, this one's just for you, and then I'll move off the days.
Oh, I can't
Today
wait.
is Wisconsin State Day.
The homeland.
The homeland for Jenni.
Lots of cheese. And the Packers.
And one before we go. So on the 31st, coming up day after tomorrow, is National Speak in Sentences Day. So for those of you who really, it just irritates to speak in, LOLs and BRBs and, not finishing your sentences and all of that kind of stuff in text, this is your day. It's National Speak in Sentences Day. How do you feel about that? Do you do the acronyms?
Oh, yeah.
Do you?
Maybe not as intense as some.
I'm telling you what.
But the first time I figured out my very first one that was a long one that wasn't like, YW, you're welcome. Or
I look at her.
I know. I'm like,
how many years?
Yeah. It was the LMAO. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, that's hilarious. Mm-hmm. So anyways.
Laugh your asterisk off. Asterisk, I'm sure. It's like bad acid.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so in the few less than a minute that we have left, want to invite you to come back. We're going to be doing a little bit more of a deep dive with Jenni and just how she landed here and what's on the calendar, what kind of things are on her mind, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to Something to Think About with me, Pastor Mike, a production of WAJC, Your Life Radio on 88.1 and 91.7 FM. We'd love to hear from you. If you have questions or comments about today's show, email us at wajc@yourliferadio.com. If you're ever in the Forest Lake area, I'd love to personally invite you to join us for a Sunday morning service at 9:30 a.m. or Wednesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. There's something for everyone.
Something to Think About with Pastor Mike is a production of WAJC Your Life Radio, which is owned and operated by Maranatha Assembly of God in Forest Lake, Minnesota. You can find more information on the web at realchurch.org. Now, back to Something to Think About. Well, welcome back, everybody. So great to have you here. Jenni, before we do a dive in conversation, I want to circle back around to connecting with Kelly about his Boundary Waters trip. So both Jenny and I are campers. We love that. So I want to know all your tips and tricks and what was fun and what would you do differently and all of that.
Oh, sure, yeah. We do it a little different now. I mean, we used to go in with barely anything, live on trail mix, and assume we were going to catch fish, which works until you're real tired and it's raining and you're not catching fish.
Yes. And you're hungry.
Yeah. We glamp at this point. I mean, we bring in a Blackstone. We bring boats in.
Nice.
We go to Trout Lake, which is just, you have to go in Vermilion.
Okay.
And then there's a guy by the name of Lonnie Johnson who will portage your boats over to Trout.
Wow.
They allow up to 25 horse motors on there. And it's a pretty deep lake. I think it gets up to 120 feet deep. And we go there to fish for trout and bass. And actually on the way out this year, the DNR were in there and they were stocking something like 2 million walleye. So hopefully this time next year we'll be doing a bit of walleye fishing. That's the only thing we didn't catch. So.
Did you guys have depth finders and all that kind of stuff too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Each boat has a...
It's all geared up, huh?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, we caught our limit for trout. We know where they are. Mm-hmm. It's been consistent the last 3 years.
Wow, fun. And you just mentioned you guys have been doing this for like 12 years?
Yep. This is the 12th year.
Wow.
Yep.
Very cool.
I love the sound of the progression of, being hardcore when you're younger. As the older we get, the Blackstone went in with you. I love it. That's how I want to camp.
We've done it enough where, I mean, it doesn't matter where you go. It all kind of looks the same in the end. I mean, you got to choose, do you want to go somewhere you know that you can catch fish, the type of fish you're fishing for specifically?
Sure, yeah.
Because here's a tip for you. I mean, if you want to catch fish, just fish any of the waterways. You're likely going to get some northern, which they aren't that bad to eat up there. I mean, I really only fish and eat fish from up there. I mean, they're big, they're clean. But yeah, it all kind of looks the same. So now it's at this point, it's just, well, where do we want to catch the fish that we're there fishing for? And we've been doing Trout Lake the last 4 years now, just because it's quick, it's easy. My buddies, some of them live in Babbitt, some of them live in Tower, so we'll go hang out with them, maybe golf the days before, days after going in around some of the golf courses up there, and then go in there and fish, and yeah.
You guys should start playing pickleball too.
I'll try anything once.
I'm telling you, it's addicting.
Yeah. We got my buddy Dave into golfing. He's more of just a sit on the couch and drink beer guy, and these guys up there, I'm like, hey, this is right up his alley. He can drive the cart and have some beers while he's resting. And now he's getting the itch. He just got his dad's golf club, so I'm excited.
How fun is that? That's great. Yeah.
He didn't seem like he was having that much fun, but he said the same thing about Boundary Waters. Like, I don't know if Dave will go. And then now it's like he's ready to go at
leading
7
the pack.
a.m.
Yep.
Wow, that's fun.
Well, golf is like one of those things. I know, like, my dad's a golfer, and like you get one good shot, and that's what keeps you coming back. You can have 90 bad shots, but then you get the one good one.
Yeah.
And you're hooked.
It's like fishing for me. I'll do it if other people are doing it, but it's not something I'm going to go do on my own.
Yeah.
But, they're selling me on it. There's quite a few of, like, top-rated golf courses in this state. So
wow,
it's worth checking out, I guess. If you're into camping or the outdoors, I mean, you really do get to see some nice areas of Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had some major, they've had LPGA and PGA tournament, in Minnesota. There's some great places to golf when the weather's appropriate.
Yeah. I did just hear another date. I know I'm taking a little zag here. I did just hear another great date. So this coming Sunday, Pastor Mike and Pastor Orlean's 46th wedding anniversary.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Isn't that something else?
Yes.
Congratulations to the two of you.
Yes,
That's
and
very
happy
exciting.
anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary. So celebrating with you guys. There's usually a requisite in our home when somebody wishes an anniversary for a long-term anniversary. Wow, that's a long time to do the same thing.
And I usually add it, that's a lot of hard work.
That's a lot of hard work. So there's a lot of energy and effort and love and devotion and all of that. So congratulations, you guys. That's just so great. So 46 years. So Camping. Are you guys going camping this year?
No, the trip that I adore.
Yeah.
No, I love the family part of it, but we are not. So we have the go into.
You got other fish to fry?
Yeah,
Speaking of
our
fish.
Washington family. But
Yeah.
no, this summer, thankfully, I mean, I don't, with knowing what's going on with my injury, there'll be a lot of downtime with not being able to do anything. But yes, my husband is building a building, so that's our project this summer.
Oh, very fun.
Yeah. Yes.
That'll be very cool.
Yes. So, and we do construction well together. We've done it a couple times, and that's kind of another, like, oh, I won't be one of your pair of hands at one point. So I'm like, use me now. But so
Good for you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. So this is one of the areas he geeks out in, my engineering husband. So
Putting up a pole building. Very cool.
I can't believe he did that mountain climbing, or even you. I mean, I've been to Colorado once, a few times now, and I did a hike once, and I was pretty fit back then, but I got such bad altitude sickness. We didn't get to the top. We came back down. I was delirious, trying to drink a bunch of water and throwing that up.
Wow.
I mean, it was
it's a real thing.
It's a real
sickness.
thing. Yeah.
I have cousins that live in the foothills, and they're at 8,000 feet. But we did graduate ourselves up on that trip. It was probably about 5 days in before we climbed. So we were at 3,000 feet in Wyoming for a couple days, and then we were with my cousins for a couple days for the wedding. And so we did get to work into it a little bit. I know that made a huge difference. So,
I did. I flew in, and my buddy's like, "You want to go hike this big mountain at 5 in the morning?" I'm like,
"Oh my gosh,
let's
Kelly!
do it."
Oh yeah, talk about rip the Band-Aid off. We did have the canisters of oxygen too that you could take hits off of. So
I was running up there in flip flops and on a granola bar and.
You'd
call
have
that a
no
learning
problem
curve.
doing with it with planning. I know you wouldn't. Yeah. So, but no, Todd. I'm like, and my husband is not a big man, but when they do those climbs on Mount Rainier, I know we need to talk about other things.
No,
but,
we don't.
Because of the skill and the training that he had put in, and what they assessed him at for the couple days ahead of time for how they do those trips, they made him the anchor guy.
No kidding.
So because they're all, roped together, and, they're wearing crampons and all that kind of stuff. And that guy is the guy that will, if everybody goes, so kind of freaked him out a little bit, but he did just fine. And there was something that one of the funniest stories to hear him recount is when you get up to the top of Rainier, there is a book up there that everybody signs, like the guest book for the mountain. Okay.
Like a guest book at a condo.
I know. And something happened, and everybody got there, and I don't know what it was because he was the anchor guy or something, whatever. But he's like, I just remember they were getting ready to leave, and I hadn't, quite gotten to that point. So he had to run to the, and running at 14, because I think Rainier is it 15?
Wow.
16?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, you're basically starting at sea level, when you're on Washington. But anyhow, so how he recounts it. I look forward to maybe him someday getting on the show with Pastor Mike.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
But it's hilarious hearing him talk about it. But his name is in the book at the top of Mount Rainier. So
your husband happens to be one of those people that is great to have around in the event of an emergency.
He is. He totally is. Yes.
There's some folks that are not necessary. There are some people who run to danger and some people who run away. Some people run to danger who should run away.
that have the skill set to survive. So, I tell him I'm really the only reason I married you is because you can fix everything.
You have great skills, honey.
Yes.
My husband is one of those guys.
Yeah. Anyways, but,
great in an emergency. Good to have. So, Jenni Gaskill. She takes a drink.
Robin Bjornson.
So, you have been our station manager for quite some time now, which is really very cool. What are, and I know you've had, great big projects related to the radio station and, moving the antenna and doing different things and putting the tower up and all kinds of stuff. But when it comes to the radio station and what we get to do with the radio station, what excites you?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, what excites me is getting more in-house programming going. We are so close to having a show that comes out of Maranatha, once a week, Monday through Friday. So, I mean, we're really close.
That's really cool.
It is, and it's very exciting just to get our message out there and just loving people in a healthy, truth-filled, honest, real way. I love that. I love our content, that comes out of our church. And that's exciting. And I don't know, just the cohesiveness of it, I think, and it has its challenges because we have our two different, places on the dial, and we're out of Forest Lake, but the big transmitter is down south of the cities, and always doing our best to keep that in mind, that we're not just talking to people locally, we're talking to people, in the metro area. Yeah. And so that part excites me too in terms of the growth and where we're going to go with the station once we get there.
And the topics and things like that. I know you've got some exciting things in the chute and consideration and all that kind of thing. So
and I have loved seeing the kids in here. I know that they're not on air, but you can get to their content via our website at realchurch.org and /media. But our youth POV, point of view, just one of those acronyms
that people might not understand.
And they just, when they came to me and proposed it, and we went through a planning process, and just how great they did with that, and it's just tougher for them because of school and sports and just to be consistent. But they have done an outstanding job, and I love, one of our producers is 16 years old, and just getting kids in here to get a taste of that too, and just the teaching side of it too.
Exactly.
And, that type of thing. So
the mentoring, the exposure to that.
It's great. So
that's
serving our community. So
So how did you land here?
Robin Bjornson.
Well, so you and I met, how long ago was that?
2006.
I don't do public math. You know that.
Well, it's 2026. So we're about 21 years in.
Isn't that something else?
I know.
I know. It's been a long time.
Yeah, that really was via the women's, Pastor Orlean kind of connecting us. And, getting involved with women's retreat and the women's department and all that kind of thing. So, it was 6 years ago. It was a week before the lockdown in March of COVID that, you and Pastor Mike asked me to do this as part of a couple other things too. And it's like, oh, wow, never expected, or knowing him. I know nothing about a radio station, but amazing people. Gary Lundstrom, who is like the heart and soul of the station, has been with it since it was gifted to us. And just the mentorship from the Rishis who had started the station originally. And, it's really been a cool process to be a part of, and like the weird connections that have been made, like with Jill and her dad being the Bible answer man, Walter Martin, and my husband's history with that, and how he remembers her dad sitting in his living room in Seattle, Washington, back in the 80s. It wasn't, and then Bob Moore, the engineer that is out of Indiana, that has done all of the calculations that the FCC uses for regulating the radiation that comes off of, and making sure it's all within safe zones, and just an older gentleman that loves Jesus. Excuse me.
It's really cool to watch people and the brilliance that they have on behalf of Jesus and the kingdom of God.
Yeah, and just his worldwide passion for getting transmitters up, and
because he has been all over the world.
Yes, to get the love of Christ out there to as many people as possible via the radio. And even one of our engineers that mentored someone who is now out in Asia doing that for Jesus, setting up towers, and and he helped us for a couple of years and was pretty instrumental. And just the people that have given so much time and energy and love, and now we got Kelly on board now too, that's got the engineering brain, and just love how Jesus just keeps bringing the right people at the right time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to the table. So
that's very cool. Yeah. But talk about steep learning curve pretty quickly, And I gotta say, the church at large is really good at doing that. You jump in and you learn as you go. And it's amazing the things that you get an opportunity to try when you're just willing to be the hands and feet of Jesus. This is what needs to happen today. Oh, okay. Well, let's figure it out then.
And just finding, I know we all have a different threshold for that. And, that whole, praying for a teachable spirit.
Right.
All the time for the rest of our lives, just whatever that looks like until we're at Jesus's feet. But, I know sometimes I get entrenched, no, I don't want to learn something new. But he's faithful in that too.
I know.
Yeah, but it's all good. So.
And it is really interesting, too, as time goes on. And I think about some of the reading that I'm doing right now is about ancient practices and different things that the church body has done over the course of the centuries. And it's really interesting, the slowing down of the daily process to be able to pay attention to what actually needs attention. And it's so cool. It gets back to relationship and how connected we are to the Lord, and how can we be connected well to other people to be able to share His love. And our radio station being a vehicle to be able to get His comforting, challenging, directing, loving words out there by way of the humans who adore Him. It's just such an interesting partnership.
Yep. Yep. God is so good in all of that. So, and we've had a lot of fun along the way. And then there's been things too that, you just kind of pull your hair out. I know Kelly and Gary have been working on some audio issues and just kind of refining, and it's just been beautiful not being in I don't want to say crisis mode because the station is down, because we had some time periods like that. I remember going down to our main transmitter shack because it's temperature regulated, and we get messages when things are not where they should be. And I remember sitting there for a few hours at the door with a portable AC unit, having the vent piped out because I couldn't, my husband was on the way, my engineering husband, or whatever, but okay, we got to keep the shack cool, otherwise this transmitter is going to blow up. No, it's not blow up, but it's going to fry, and that's like a $6,000 piece of equipment. And I'm like, it's that whole okay, I guess this is what we're doing today, Jesus.
That's right.
And and he's so faithful in that. And
And you've gotten to meet the local neighbors around there. You've got a neighborhood friend down there. And you have found a wonderful hole-in-the-wall place to eat right there. I mean, you're just like an explorer for us.
Yes. And I know we're due for a trip at some point, Kelly, which we've talked about. But
after next weekend, I'm open. My summer's is pretty much open.
Okay. Well, we'll get her on the calendar as soon as we know what's going on with my repair.
Yeah, Pastor Robin said there's a good place to eat. I'm sold. We can go.
Is that a hamburger place?
Today.
Yeah, it looks like a place you probably don't want to go into from the outside, but you go in and it's actually quite lovely. So it's in disguise.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very fun.
Yeah.
Cool. So what are some of the things you'd love to see?
For the station?
Yeah.
Besides more in-house programming?
Yeah.
Our sponsorships, would love to get that off the ground, because we're nonprofit, and just slowly but surely we've had some people just faithfully over the years, the last few years, that are just given on their own without really much solicitation.
Wait a second. You mean to tell me that if people wanted to make a donation for WAJC, you'd actually take it?
Oh, my goodness, yes.
What?
And I would love for it to be a monthly donation.
Oh, not regular?
Yes.
So you could depend upon it and make plans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
that's
the
really
church
cool.
and the board, and just super supportive of all the things that we've done. And just sitting here looking in the recording booth,
I know.
the remodel that we did a couple years ago, and just all the love and the intention, and just, it's great. So, sponsorships would be great. And, our marketing director, Nikki, she and I are working on marketing plans for, just packaging things and just really getting the word out there, because people know that we're here, but, and then all the intricacies that go on. I mean, the levels of the things that we need to do and what we have to pay for, and, let alone just, when we need equipment that needs to be upgraded, or parts, or whatever. So, but looking for those special volunteers, because it's in the backdrop, or not the backdrop, the backside of things.
Oh, sure,
just, I just think about Gary, who's probably the most consistent, loving, committed volunteer I have ever met in my life.
Right.
So, because, every week the programming, and, the Lord brought us someone to do that, our wonderful Miss Shannon Seifert, and so she's now really taking care of that every week, and it's remote. It can be remotely done, and
that's so
just
cool.
the stuff that goes on in the background that people don't, just needs tending to every week.
Right.
All the time, never mind all the FCC requirements.
Right, yeah.
But, yeah.
It's a lot to know.
Yeah, it is. So.
Okay, so question for you. You mentioned the sponsorship, and I know that we have individuals that have committed and donate regularly, and that's a beautiful thing. Does it have to remain at an individual level, or is that something corporate? Businesses can do.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
And those would hopefully be the bigger sponsorships monthly. Where you could get some airtime, and we just have some restrictions to that in terms of because we can't run on full-on commercials because we're nonprofit, educational. But there's ways around. I don't want to use the word around it. There's ways to do it
to work with that
proper. You can still drive people to your website and say, say you heard this on WAJC, Your Life Radio, and you'll get a discount, or or you'll get recognized here, whatever, that type of thing.
Okay, very cool.
But they can talk about things within their industry, like One to Grow On. I've been on a kick of the 80s stuff that we all want, like Schoolhouse Rock and,
Conjunction Junction, what's your function?
Reading Rainbow was it? Well, that was with my kids. I don't know. But anyhow, Sesame Street, all that stuff. But
I'm just a Bill.
I'm just a Bill on Capitol Hill.
We are dating ourselves.
Yes, we
Schoolhouse Rock is
totally,
awesome.
So anyhow,
that's fun.
There's lots of avenues. So I'm just looking forward to us getting that kicked off here in the next couple months.
For sure.
Yeah, hopefully by the fall.
So when you talk about programming, are the things that you're considering, I know like Pastor Mike, for example, he has an hour show, and the shows that we do currently have are hour shows. Is that what you're looking for? Are you open to the idea of smaller segments,
10-minute spots, 15-minute. We can really tailor it however we want to tailor it that way. So, there's certain things that need to happen at the top of the hour. But, we can tailor that to whatever we want it to be. And it would be something you wouldn't have to come in and do live in the studio.
Oh, nice.
Because that really is the biggest commitment. If you're going to do a live show, you got to tell me you're going to be here every week.
Right.
And there are exceptions, don't get me wrong. But,
Yeah, we met a really interesting person this past couple weeks ago who might be interested in doing a segment, which I think would be really intriguing. So if that all ends up coming together, folks, you will have a great time and enjoy that.
Yeah, and think about, getting breaking stereotypes on some of our other content of, our founding fathers and the heritage of our country and how God is just so,
faithful.
You can't have it without him,
That's
interwoven, intertwined. It is because of him. So just getting more of that, just rock solid truth out there to folks. And so there's one of the things that I have learned over the last 6+ years now is the whole slow and steady.
Yes.
Get me ready. This is it. I don't want to call it a slow. It's not like a big freighter ship, but kind of like that. It just takes a while for it to turn. Yeah. And that we can come up with all kinds of analogies for that. But and just being patient in that. Yeah. So
I totally get that.
So it's good.
Well, so in the time that we have left, what would be your wish list? Do you have a wish list? You mentioned sponsors, potentially more shows.
Well, Lord, just keep bringing the volunteers that have the skill set and the commitment and not just I want to be on the radio. I don't mean that. I understand that too, but that's a different.
I'm chuckling because, back in the day we used to have a variety show.
Oh, yes.
We did. And, in the beginning, it's so fun. In the beginning, there was so much variety. It was fascinating. And after a number of years, it was like we're super saturated with people who want to sing. People, we appreciate your voice. We really, really do. But we need some variety here.
And we need more tum pits.
Yeah. I loved when your boys did that. Oh, my gosh.
That was your boy.
Yeah, and my boy. Yes.
Yes. Your youngest
Andrew
and Tyler.
And Ty. They were the tum pits.
Yes. One played their armpit, one played their tummy to a different,
You guys get to guess who did what.
F.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody remember Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah. And it does take a certain skill set to make that sound with your armpit.
It does.
The farting sound. So,
yeah.
Anyhow, when you have boys, that's the next thing to teach Imogene, Kelly.
I'm on it.
I'm on it. Well, Jenny, thanks so much for joining us today. It was great to have you here.
Thank you.
It was wonderful to hear from Pastor Mike and Kelly and your adventures. And folks, we want to invite you back next week. Hope you have a great week. Hey, thanks for tuning in today. Please join us right here each Friday morning at 8 a.m. If you have any questions or comments about today's show, email wajc@yourliferadio.com. You can hear more from Pastor Mike at Maranatha's website, realchurch.org, on the Messages and Media tab. The opinions expressed here are not necessarily those of the owner.